You know, few things are more satisfying than sitting by a fire at night. It's peaceful, it's relaxing, it's warm and it's comfortable. But fires can be unpredictable too. When a fire does behave unexpectedly, we instinctively know that we can't ignore the problem because even a single spark can ignite the largest of fires. So we act and avoid the possibility of a much larger problem. In mining, we can think of equipment maintenance in the same way. After all, there are only two kinds of downtime, the kind you plan and the kind you don't. And it's that unexpected downtime that creates so many other problems for a mine, like not having the right personnel schedule for the repair, or not having parts you need available, which can add to shipping costs, as well as additional downtime for sourcing and transport, or being faced with a premature component failure and the costs associated with repairing or rebuilding it. Meanwhile, your machine is doing nothing, which means a large portion of your fleet may also be doing nothing. After all, one down shovel equals a lot of down trucks. Okay, so here's the good news. Issues that lead to unplanned downtime rarely, if ever, pop up without giving us clues in advance. That's the opportunity. We want to discover clues while there's still little problems, and then, just like the spark, we deal with them before they cause exponentially bigger fires, like expensive repairs, component failure, productivity loss, and all the additional costs you pay as a result. To find these clues, we just have to watch and listen to what our machines are telling us. But where can we get that information? Well, there's electronic sensors, fluid samples, machine repair histories, routine equipment inspections, and even the specific conditions of your site. All this information combined creates a powerful picture of exactly what's going on with your machine. If, that is, you're able to sort through, analyze, and act on the overwhelming amount of data, and all of this is constantly flowing, well, right at you. To take the next step towards planned or even predictive maintenance, you need more than just access to data or a stack of reports in your inbox. You need a condition monitoring process that is boosted by the power of analytics, CAD dealer know-how, and then supported by a global knowledge bank of similar machines in similar conditions. And that's exactly what you get when your CAD dealer supports your site with CAD Equipment Care Advisor. Here's how one of our dealers describes it.
Equipment Care Advisor gathers data from multiple sources, for example, oil samples, VIMS data, site inspections, and repair history, and compiles it into one database where we can easily compare all those elements of data and write an intelligent recommendation to the service department at a customer's site to help them plan the maintenance and repairs on their machine. The data's always been there, but it's been in all different areas, and we've never been able before to bring it all together so we can accurately interpret the data and make get some meaning out of it. So it was before we'd have to wait until the truck started blowing blue smoke or start making a strange noise from a bad injector or something like that before we'd actually start to repair it.
We've been able to learn that it can definitely save a lot of money to the customer. Potential saving between bringing an engine in that we think is having a failure to it failing can be a saving of around $100,000. So we can actually get the engines or get the trucks and drive them into the shop, diagnose it and go, yep, we are having an engine failure, or we can pull it out, which in the end is a massive saving for the customer if he doesn't have to go and buy a block or a new crank or whatever it might be.
And that's a big thing that the customers notice now. There's a lot of planned repairs, not as many unplanned repairs. There's not as many surprises for them.
Now, let's look at another example. A CAT customer in Chile was running a fleet of 795F trucks, and their CAT dealer supported them by assigning a condition monitoring analyst to the mine. The analyst used CAT Equipment Care Advisor to monitor the trucks and then to make maintenance and repair recommendations. Well, one day, the analyst identified a truck that had an issue with a high-pressure fuel pump. The dealer's recommendation? Change the pump. So the customer did and had the work done within a single shift. The machine was down for about 12 hours, which represented about $10,000 in lost production time. The cost of parts and labor was about $15,000, which added up to a total repair cost of $25,000. So, what would happen if the dealer had not discovered the issue with Equipment Care Advisor? Let's rewind a bit. Okay, there's the alert on the first truck. Let's call it Truck A. But no one sees the issue on Truck B. No one sees the clues. So it keeps running. Even with the fuel pump issue, Truck B remains productive while Truck A sits idle. Shortly after the pump was replaced on Truck A, the customer came back to CAT with their own data from the event, including an estimate cost for the engine failure that was ultimately prevented. If they had allowed the pump to run to failure, it would have led to fuel contamination, parts of gears breaking off into the drive, and ultimately, total engine failure. The customer estimated the cost of that failure at around $900,000, including over 100 hours of downtime, $66,000 of labor, nearly $400,000 in parts, and over $500,000 in lost production. Thanks to Equipment Care Advisor, the CAT dealer saw the spark and dealt with it, helping to prevent what would have been a $500,000 fire. So remember, your machines are talking to you. Are you listening? Because there might be a clue you can't afford to miss.